Hey guys, Ethan here from JW Computers. Today, we have a very interesting showcase video ahead of us. So Sony has stepped into the ring again with some peripherals that are aimed for our gamers out there. We've got headphones, earphones, mouse, and a keyboard. So today, we'll be going through all these devices to see if Sony's ticked all the boxes for what us hardcore gamers are looking for in a gaming peripheral lineup. So let's dive in. But really quickly, what's Sony's take on the gaming industry? Well, firstly, they've named this lineup as their INZONE set, which has been their subgenre naming scheme, which has also been around since about 2023. So, still pretty new to the gaming peripheral space. But in the past, they've released some pretty nifty bits of gear, like their first iteration H3, 7, and 9 headsets. We are, however, reviewing a small portion of their new lineup. First up is the INZONE E9 earphones. The unboxing was quite simple, but very well thought out. You get a really high quality hard case along with some custom ear tips. Honestly, this was probably one of the very few earphones where it came with two different types of tips and with a plentiful amount of sizes. Opening up the case itself, you're introduced yet to another simple but really nicely thought out strap for holding your earphones and adapter. It actually clips in the middle of the case, so no cables actually flail around on the inside. And yes, I also have to mention again that this comes with an adapter that's Type-C to 3.5mm female jack output. Unfortunately, no lightning adapter, but I think everyone can honestly agree that that port is very much going out of action. No issues though. If you purchase this for normal music listening from your phone, for example, and you have that port, they're pretty inexpensive to get. Now, if you're a sound enthusiast yourself, you've probably looked at this design and noticed that they look a lot like in-ear monitors. Now, if you don't know what in-ear monitors are, they're basically earphones used for professional musicians in live concerts for making sure everyone stays in sync and also for listening to other band members' instruments as well. Long story short, they have to be extremely high quality in their build and sound output. Musicians don't have time on stage to fix a fallen out earphone, for example. Now, if we switch back to the INZONE E9s, I can see that they've gone down that route for build quality and design. The cable feels rigid and not flimsy, and the fit is really snug and secure, with the cable being moldable near the tip to fit mostly any ear. This adds a high guarantee that it won't come out of your ears when gaming, or if you're just listening to normal music on your phone. Now, the audio quality, on the other hand, I was especially interested in since Sony's reputation for audio quality has always been high. I even own one of their wireless earbuds myself, and they've been top tier for both audio and active noise cancelling. Now, if I had to give it a rating out of 10 for audio quality, I'd set it at a solid 7. Definitely better than other competitors out there, which is a huge deal. But for my personal hearing experience, I found that the highs were a little bit muddy. However, this might be different for someone else's hearing experience though. Overall, I think Sony's done a brilliant job in the first half of the game with these earphones. Now, if earphones aren't too much of your fancy, then Sony has their INZONE H9 IIs, which is a more traditional looking headset for us gamers. This is the newer iteration of the previous H9s, and looking at both of them, they decided to overhaul the entire design with the help of the esports organization Fnatic. Now, quick disclaimer, I haven't had a physical experience with the older version of the headset, but looking at some separate reviews of them, they seem to have been a really positive and strong introduction to Sony's INZONE headset lineup. First off, the build quality specifically was really well thought out. Nothing feels flimsy or poor in quality. The headband support, on the other hand, was a very interesting design. From a quick look, it seems like just a resistant band, but Sony's made an easy adjuster on the side where you just pinch to adjust up and down for the best comfort. You've got a detachable microphone, and the ear cups seem to be designed so that your whole ear will fit inside the cup for maximum comfort. I'll be honest, having this sort of ear cup design, for me especially, brings a whole lot more comfort in how long I can wear a pair of headphones for. Connectivity comes in a wide variety as well, which is great for compatibility between devices. You've got a USB-C dongle that delivers a really low latency audio response at 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth connection capabilities. If you're also worried about battery, INZONE thought of this as well. This carries a high playback battery life of 30 hours, which is great for phone music playback and game use. Honestly, nothing worse than constantly not being able to use your headset because of constant charging requirements. The sound quality, on the other hand, is surprisingly well balanced. The high frequency response was acceptable and low frequencies were just enough without feeling too tinny or overpowering. Again, personal preferences on what my ears perceived. However, they do have a software where you can do basic EQing, which is always great to have. I also have to mention that these pairs of headphones also carry ANC, or active noise cancelling, along with ambient sound mode. So something to look forward to as well if you decide to go for a pair of these. Next up is their INZONE KBD H75 Hall Effects keyboard and mouse A. Both peripherals have been a very pleasant introduction into the keyboard and mouse range. The keyboard is a 75% form factor size that's also been designed alongside Fnatic once again, along with their mouse as well. The switches themselves come with the Gatoron purple switches. It also has a polling rate of 8,000 Hz, which means super accurate with keystrokes. The design is also not exaggerated. exaggerated. You have a very sleek and clean finish without any of the bells and whistles, which means you won't have a hard time putting this in any environment. The sound of this keyboard as well is also super nice in my opinion. Have a listen. The mouse, on the other hand, was designed purely for the gamer in mind. Lightweighted mouses are actually becoming a huge thing in this industry, so it was only natural for INZONE to follow suit. This mouse weighs an incredible 48.4 grams, along with a very sensitive input sensor measured at 3950 IZ. Comparing to the keyboard, this mouse also has a polling rate of 8000 Hz, which also plays a partnership role in how sensitive and reactive this mouse can be for high-caliber esports players that need it. Connectivity is easy and simple. You can either go wireless with a dongle on the 2.4 GHz range, or have it properly connected via a cable. Battery life as well was very well thought out. On 1000 Hz polling rate, you can achieve an easy 90 hours, and on 8000 Hz polling rate, you'll achieve 19 hours. Overall, both peripherals are an excellent introduction for Sony's INZONE brand, and I can only expect more boundaries to be pushed in the future for innovation and tech. In the end, Sony's INZONE has released some banger peripherals for the gaming market, and have done some serious R&R to ensure that these products tick the box for most casual and competitive gamers out there. I can only be optimistic about the future for Sony's INZONE brand. So if you are interested as well in purchasing these products, I'll link them in the description below so you can take a look at them yourselves. Besides that, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.